What it is, what it was, what it could be, y'all. Welcome back to Disc Golf Justice. This past weekend, I competed in the 2023 Jesmond Jam, and I finally got my first tournament win. Next month will officially be 1 year that I've been playing disc golf, so I really am glad to finally knock off that first W, get that under my belt, and it just felt really, really good. Like, I've been feeling really confident about the way I've been playing lately, and if you watched my recent video where I broke one of the course records at my local course, I knew going into this tournament that a lot of people weren't going to believe me. They were going to be pretty skeptical of it and think I fabricated some of the shots or something. And I also knew that if I didn't play well, that definitely no one was going to believe me. So I came to this tournament with something to prove, a little chip on my shoulder, but hey, we got the job done. Round one, I started on hole 13, which was a 249-foot par 3. A lot of the holes are pretty short. It wasn't a super long course. I'm feeling really nervy on this first tee shot, and I actually shank this way out to the right using my ESP zone. Goes through this tiny gap in this tree, but I get super lucky. Still got some of that course luck from the record breaking round on my side. Ends up parking going through this freaking V gap in this tree and absolutely parking the basket for an easy drop in bird. I won't say easy, I was still sweating that first putt of the day. Come up to hole one. This hole, as you can see, I slip on this tee pad, and it really makes me shank it straight into the ground. Yeah, that tee pad got me. It'll be a common theme for the day. It was a 2-round tournament, so now I'm just having to pitch down, pretty steep downhill. I'm just wanting it to sit there, take my par. 207 foot, again, another short hole. It's going to be a very common theme. But hey, we got a steep downhill, but I ain't gonna lie, I was super scared right there, but we got the job done, taking our par, still 1 under, hole 2, 249 feet. I'm taking my, I just picked this up, the Katori. I just picked this up super stable. I've been wanting a disc like this, really meat hook. And I'm playing this course blind, by the way, so I didn't realize the backhand route is probably a better choice. I ended up taking that in round 2, but went with the forehand route round 1, smashed tree, having to pitch down this hole. I just wanted my disc to sit. Gonna have to take another par, but I'm happy with that. My goal is just to play clean, which I did for the entire tournament. It's only 13-hole course. However, 2 rounds playing clean. Still pretty happy with that. Hole 3, par 4 finally, 400 foot, so pretty gettable par 4. I throw my wild honey, but on a turnover, it hits this tree, smacks straight down to the ground. What do we got? Pitch around. I'm going to take my get freaky zone, try to throw around this corner. It's a real tight turn to the right there, but I put it on some hyzer. Literally went right in front of the freaking basket. I nearly threw that in for the eagle. So I got actually a pretty decent putt here for birdie, and only being 1 under, having that pressure on me still. I was feeling it right here. But bang, put it a bit high. Sometimes those can spit out, so I'm glad that sat right there. But hey, that's 2 birds, and that's a pretty long putt to put some confidence under my belt. Hole 4, par 3, 212 feet, very short, but it is steep uphill. I'm going to take my Get Freaky zone. That thing was a workhorse for this tournament. I was just using the Get Freaky. Didn't quite follow through all the way there, but still able to put it up next to the basket. It's a fairly tricky hole, being so steep uphill with that low ceiling to start the gate. But we got another 5-meter putt. I barely put it over the cage. I still got them nerves. Still got them nerves going in my body. Hole 5, we got a par 4. Again, playing this whole course blind. I didn't really know what to do. You got OB to the left, you got OB to the right. So I took my new Katori. I said, you know what? I ain't playing no games. I'm just gonna play this super safe, throw it out wide over OB, and let that thing crash in. This disc is so stable. No matter how hard I throw it, it comes back down like a freaking knife, dude. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm going to take my Get Freaky zone. We just got a little pitch up here. Going to try to take an easy birdie if we can. And we put it right next to the basket. That's a really good upshot. My upshots were pretty good all day. That's how you get strokes, man. Putting and upshots. If you can get those things down, birdies. Birdie gang. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, I barely put that one over the basket. Barely. But scorecard doesn't show barely, does it? Just shows it went in. Hole 6, 263 feet straight uphill. So it plays actually quite far. I'm going to take my Horizon Cloud Breaker and try to throw it on a backhand through this gap up to the tree, but I just don't give it the height or the hyzer that it needs. And that's actually going to be in a spot you don't want to be on this hole, because I'm looking straight down this steep hill and I'm not playing no games. I said, you know what, it's not worth going for. I'm just going to lay this up, make sure it sits right next to the basket, take a drop in par, because my luck, I would run that putt, it would hit cage, or I'd miss completely air ball and it'd go all the way down the hill, and I end up taking a bogue. Hole 7, 246 feet. You got a Mando left of that big tree right in front of us, so it kind of takes the backhand hyzer out of it. So I go with the forehand hyzer down the hill, which is kind of scary because you don't really want to throw into the hill like that, because that's how you get a roll away. But it does stick the landing. But again, playing this hole blind, didn't realize where to put the disc, and now I got another downhill putt, but we're able to put it in. 5 under through 7 holes. Wait, 8 holes. I think 8 holes, yeah. Hole 8, 249 feet, playing well. I'm starting to get my feet underneath me, going again, get freaky forehand. I just didn't want to take any risks with anything. Like, I knew if I threw the get freaky on the backhand going down that hill so steep, it's a good chance it would just keep going. I was like, let's just throw the forehand, play this safe. We got another 15-footer for birdie, staring it down the face, bang. Now I'm really starting to feel good, getting my confidence underneath me. My card members are giving me a good time, you know. Hole 9, 236 feet. This is a CTP hole. Take the get freaky out, and I execute this shot exactly how I wanted. I wanted to throw a little Annie shot, so it just turns to the left, but the stability of the zone bring it back. And I ended up hitting the pole, and then little too many beans there go past, so I don't get the CTP. You can see the CTPs right there, but we do snag the birdie still. Neg 7 through, I think, 10 holes. Go on, son. My boy Tim Wright smacking in his birdie too. Parked it right next to the basket. Hole 10, 226 feet. Again, taking the get freaky on a forehand. I was just like, all these holes are short. I'm not playing no games, bro. Get freaky. That one gets a really nice skip. I ain't even gonna lie. That was a really nice skip. Give me a edge of circle. Probably 2 feet inside the circle. Maybe a pace inside the circle. Not quite. I'm feeling good, though. I'm feeling good. Just play catch. Bang. Bang. Neg 8. That's a big putt. That one got my juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? That one gave me a little chub. Smiles all around. My boy Tim dapping me up. It's a good time. Hole 11. Par 3. 224 feet. You can't really see the basket. It's down there and to the left. I'm going to throw my Katuku on a hyzer, but I get caught up in some trees down there, end up short. I'm like, it is what it is. Should be able to get up and down for an easy par. You can't birdie them all, eh? Take my putter, throw it up there, leave it a little bit wide. I have a tendency when I do those pitch-up shots with my putter to put them on Annie a bit. So, yeah, that drifted off to the right. Again, another 10, 15-footer to save the par. Bang. Wasn't scared. Feeling good right now. Putts going in. Drives are going somewhat where I want them. Hole 12, par 4. There's a Mando left of a tree you can't see. I take my Horizon Cloud Breaker on a forehand. Don't get a clean release. Get some flutters on that. Take it into a tree, but I'm like, it is what it is. I know I can still get to the basket, because it's 427 feet for par 4. That's, I can get there in one if there wasn't Mando. Taking the get freaky again. Swinging it out wide on some hyzer, and we are gonna get a really generous skip here as well. Gonna leave us short though. C2 by probably a good pace or two, so we got like a 12-meter putt here for birdie though, which is exactly what you want. You got to be careful on this hole though. It's a steep roll off. Hole 12, steep roll off. In the video you can't really see, but I just tickled the right side of the chains. I was like, dang, I really wanted that one. But since I gave it such a solid run, the comebacker was another 15, if not 20-footer, so it wasn't a gimme. Bang. But we're feeling it. We're feeling good right now. Neg 8 for round 1. That is going to be the hot round. ladies and gentlemen, shooting the hot round. And technically this course has never been, however, it wasn't held very long. In round 2, my boy Reese tied my record with a hot round, a neg 8, tying the hot round. So going into round 2, I'm sitting in first place by 2 strokes. Kate Ashton's 2 strokes off me, but the pressure is now on more than ever. I would much rather play from behind. I prefer to play from behind because I feel like the pressure's on the person that's out in front, but this time I'm out in front, so all that pressure was on me. So we're gonna see how I handle it. I didn't have quite a good as round as that first one, but we did play pretty well. Cade, this dumb ass, sitting in front of my camera. Boy, if you don't get out the goddamn way while I throw this beautiful shot. Hole 2, I'm taking my Couture that I literally just got that disc at the tournament. Shout out to Mark and Claire from Cross Tasman Disc. Give me this Couture. Well, they didn't give me, I bought it. Got this Couture from them. Beautiful pink freaking color. And I throw it on a beautiful hyzer. Remember, round 1, I hit that tree. So I took the backhand route. This time, got a beautiful skip. I did forget to hit record on my drive here. On this par 4, threw a really nice shot with my Wild Honey. Gave me an eagle look, but I wasn't, there's no need to try to run the eagle when there's OB right behind, so I just pitched up, take my drop-in birdie. That's 2 drop-in birdies to start the round. Hole 4, back uphill again, going straight back to the get freaky zone. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know what I'm saying? Let's just send that bad boy up there, same thing as last time. Kaboom. Oh, we leave this a bit low. Can we get a skip? We get a nice little skip up there. Still going to be a little tester. Not really. I mean, kind of really. It was just like a 10, 15 footer for bird to get on the train. Choot, choot, motherfucker. We on it. We riding. Neg 3, neg 11 for the tournament. -3 through 3 holes. Got me feeling good again. Hey, I'm going to take that Couture and throw it out over B. It worked really well for round 1, so might as well pull it out. I'm really digging this disc. It's an absolute meat hook. Doesn't matter if you get a good release. Don't matter if you put it on Annie on accident. Don't matter if you throw it nose up. Don't matter if you throw it nose down. That thing is going left for right-hand backhand. We ended up pretty much same spot as round 1. Going to take the get freaky again, but this time put it on a little bit of highs, which I didn't want to do, but that's why I love to get freaky. It sits down. It doesn't do all that skippy. If you put it on a low shot, it will skip because of that power, but no, it sits down really nice. So we do have a tester here, 15, 20 feet. Bang, I ain't scared. We are neg 4 through 4 holes. We're on a really hot start. Really hot start. Once again, I forget to press record for the drive. I think I hit record and then stopped recording, and I thought I was recording when I wasn't recording, one of those type of deals. But we threw a really nice drive with the forehand. I went with the forehand this time to get a little bit closer, take those trees out of it. And we have a 5-meter putt, and I freaking leave it low. I felt like such an idiot right there. I was just like, oh my gosh, of all the putts that you're going to miss, you're going to miss that one. I'm telling you, that was 4 or 5 meters. So we're going to have to take a freaking drop in par after having a near perfect drive. Again, I forget to press record. I did the record when I wasn't recording, but I promise this was the last time it happened. I threw the get freaky on a forehand again on this hole, but I remembered to leave it low so that I could putt uphill. And we get back onto the birdie, neg 5 through 6 holes. Hole 8, 249. Last time I birdied this hole, I'm thinking, so I'm just going to do the same thing, get freaky zone, forehand, but I get a horrible release and get some flutters, send it out wide. I do get a nice kick from a tree, sets me down, but I have absolutely no look. I'm trying to figure out if I am outside the circle or not. There's a freaking circle line. Justice, why don't you just look? My card mates made me feel like an idiot because there's a freaking line there. I'm just laying this up, try to get around the tree so I can take my par. Can't win them all, you know what I'm saying? Not every hole is going to be perfect. Make sure you finish the job. Neg 5. Feeling good. Everyone on my card. I know I had that 2-stroke cushion. And I think at this point I have like a 4-stroke cushion or something like that. I parked this hole up last time. This time I put it on a little too much hyzer instead of the Annie like I wanted, but it does scoot up there still close to the basket. So another 15, 20 footer for birdie, staring death into the face. I lied, it's not a death putt at all. Oh, Bryce, get out the camera, man. What you doing? Giving the RPM a shout out RPM. Been throwing they disc a little bit. They saw it. Taking the birdie again. Surprise, surprise. Hole 10, 226 feet. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Get freaky, kabang. But this time, leave it a little wide. Gets a pretty big skip. So we're going to have... Actually, I think in round 1, I was even further away than this one, and I made the putt. So I'm trying to think of that right now while I'm lining this up. And we don't. Oh, that one hurts. Because it just barely missed. Like, just a smidge to the right. Felt like I should have made that one. But take another par. I think the whole card parred, if I'm not mistaken. So I wasn't really sweating. Hole 11, I remembered the mistake I made in round 1 by not swinging it out quite wide enough and got caught up in the trees. But I do choose the same disc, trying to execute the same shot, just taking it out a bit wider this time, and I absolutely pure it. Absolutely pure it, leaving myself again with a 4 to 5 meter putt for birdie. Look at this. Beautiful drive. Beautiful drive, 4 to 5 meters. But I'm thinking about that one earlier that I missed, how I left it low, and I try to make the correction, and I leave it high. Oh, man, if my tap-in game was halfway decent, if I could make a 3-meter putt, this could have been a heck of a tournament. I probably should have been, this should have been at least another neg 8 round, because I ended up finishing this round neg 6. Should have been neg 8, which would have put me at neg 16 for the tournament. Taking that Couture again on the forehand, getting around the Mando that's over there you can't see. I knew that thing's stable, man. You just got to throw it out. It's just going to fade. That's all it wants to do. It doesn't want to fly. It just wants to fade. Taking the Get Freaky. Sending it out wide, but it's going down the hill. I'm like, sit. But the Get Freaky does what the Get Freaky does, and it sat. That disc listens to you. It doesn't want to roll away. It's a good boy. But we got a closer look than we did in round 1 for birdie, but this is still edge of circle-ish territory, and I just completely whiff it. Completely airball. So, but I guess we do have an easier par look this round than we did last round. But I guess the scorecard doesn't really care. Par is par. I talked myself out of going the same shot that I did in round 1. Because there's this drain that runs up there that you can't see that is OB, and I was just really afraid of going in it, so I try to put that zone on Anheuser, don't give it the height, and I almost go in that drain. You can see it off to the right there. That is OB, and one of the guys actually did throw in there on this round. So I got a circle's edge for birdie, and yeah, just leaving it low again. After missing those 2 like 4-meter putts, yeah, my confidence I started getting into my head, plus I knew I had that pressure, like I'm trying to hold on to the lead, but my putt isn't working for me. Each one is feeling more pressure. This hole, I remembered in round 1 that I threw the forehand and I slipped, and I almost do it again. I actually trip over a rock, but I have a really good stop. Tripped over this freaking rock that's right there. It's like in the ground though. It's not like one you can kick out of the way. It's one of them hard ones sticking up. So I should have just went to a standstill, but again I slip in that freaking gravel, dirt, whatever, and shank it off to the left for the last hole. I'm kind of bummed about that because I'm like, why didn't you? It's not a long hole, man. I could have easily stand still, forehand that, or done a backhand, but I don't know. Stubbornness. I guess just thought I could do it. So having to lay up here again because that's a super downhill shot. And I'm only winning at this point by, I think, 3 strokes. And the other guys the chase card hadn't finished yet. So I was just like, why risk anything? I think I was in the same exact spot for the putt in round 1. It's a scary putt. I don't know if you can tell how downhill that is, but it is super downhill. And hey, the boy is giving me some love, man. Getting my first W. I really appreciate it, man. This was a really fun card. The
hot round this morning, and the lowest score overall today, taking out MA2 was Justin.
Yeah, Jazzy!
You are number 1!
Here's my little winner presentation. Name a difference between this round and my record-breaking round. there was no difference. I wasn't putting, I wasn't making crazy putts in that record-breaking round. I wasn't having to putt. Just like today, I was putting the disc underneath the basket, and today, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make my tap-ins. There's at least 2 more I should have got on round 2, but it is what it is. I'll take the W. I want to say a major thank you to everyone that, you know, showed support. Everyone was dapping me up, you know, making me feel real good all day. So it just feels really good to get that first W under my belt, especially with coming up on a year of playing the sport. I really wanted to get it. I still think playing casual is so much better than playing in tournaments. Like, even though I was playing well pretty much the whole tournament, it was just so nerve-wracking, and I'm a pretty anxious person. So yeah, just playing casually is always so much more fun. However, you know, playing tournaments is really nothing like it. Getting to meet all these amazing people, getting to see your friends from all over the country, you know, there's really nothing like it. The community is incredible. But if you guys like this style of video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments so I'll keep doing it. If you want to see more, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.